Okay, I think we're live. I believe we're live. Hi, guys. No one's here yet, so I'm just awkwardly sitting here. Hopefully you can't hear someone's like mowing their grass or there's a vacuum cleaner or something. I don't know. Are we live? Is anyone going to hang with me? Hello. Still waiting. Still waiting. Hi. Hi, guys. I feel like this was an awkward time of day to go live, for me at least. I know everyone is in different time zones, so I'm really hoping people will join. We'll see. Yay! Some people are here. Hello, hello. I just finished watching it a few minutes ago. Yeah, I'll wait for some more people to join before getting too much into it, but thanks so much for joining me here. I feel like it's a random time of day for me personally, so I was like, I don't know if anyone's going to be free. Like, I don't know if as many people are going to be free as usual, but I was so excited to chat about this with you guys. So I had to do what I had to do. And yeah, a lot of people joining from obviously not the US, like Madrid. Love Madrid. It's on my wall. In the Philippines, it's 2 a.m. Okay. I've been going to bed a lot earlier than I usually do recently. So I actually haven't been up at 2 a.m. in a few days. It's kind of crazy. Okay. I've been going to bed at like 10:45 p.m. and feeling like an old woman, even though that's not that late or that's not that early. It's 8 at night in Europe. Okay, perfect timing. Germany, 8 p.m. Amazing. Thank you guys so much for being here. I just literally finished watching it on my couch a few minutes ago. I didn't have makeup on. Trust me, I was just sitting there like, I actually kind of looked terrible. Not that it matters, but to give you some perspective, I have not just been sitting here in my makeup all day. I put on makeup 5 minutes ago and then I joined the live stream. So, anyway, I was just watching it. I was just finishing watching it on my couch because I watched the first half of it a few days ago and I actually filmed my reaction. And long story short, the copyright is going to be a big issue. So I can't really make it into a video. I just decided oh, sorry, my cat is like, there's my cat, but she's gone now. It was basically going to be too much work to make a video out of it. I'm so sorry. Like, it's just, I had to like draw the line and say, I can't make this into a video. But I did want to talk about it with you guys and let you know my thoughts and also get your opinions as well, obviously. So yeah, I watched like the first half of it maybe 5 days ago, and then I literally didn't finish it until today. Mainly because I was still processing all of my thoughts from the first half of it, and I still don't know what the fuck I just watched, to be honest with you. Like, it was insane. Especially the second half, I would say, was like even better than the first half. So it was just like a wild ride. And honestly, I'm sorry. I know some people were waiting for my reaction. I really wanted to make one. It just didn't work out because of the copyright. This is where, like, if I had a Patreon, this is what makes me want to get a Patreon, is moments like this. So I don't know, maybe one day I'll try to save the footage, and maybe one day if I make a Patreon, I'll like release it. But honestly, another aspect of me not wanting to make a video out of it was like, I kind of just wanted to internalize it. Like, some things are really fun to react to because I'm like externally processing them. This was mainly like internal. Like, I was not really externally having much of a reaction because I was like, what am I watching right now? Like, it was just insane. So yeah, I was kind of just sitting there like, so yeah. Um, that was another aspect of it. But how are you guys doing? Act 1 is for the history books. Yes, but I would say I preferred I don't even know how many acts there were. I preferred the second half of the show to the first half. I didn't love like the whole opening of it. I mean, I liked it fine. Like, she obviously sounded and looked incredible, but I would say I preferred once it got into the songs from Mayhem. Um, I watched Weekend 1. I haven't seen Weekend 2, but I've heard it's the same set list, so I probably won't be watching it. I mean, I will probably rewatch the show, but I'm not going to specifically watch the second version necessarily because it's the exact same. But I do think I will go back and like rewatch the show because it was obviously just a lot to internalize. My most favorite moment. This is hard. I think it was Killa. It was the performance of Killa. I did take notes, but I don't know um how much you guys want to know about my detailed thoughts of each thing, but um yes, Killa was my favorite. The transition into it was absolutely insane. I had no idea like what song was coming next because I had looked at the set list, but I had forgotten what song was next. So I was like so shocked that it was Killa. And then Killa has been one of my favorites recently. I also think it's one of those songs that hits the hardest live. So I just like ate that entire performance up. I think it had such great energy. I loved like the mysterious masked man. I'm reading my notes here. The set design was insane. Her outfit was like my favorite of the entire night. The dancers. Um yeah, my only problem with that performance was it was the one that had the most like backing vocals on it, I believe. So it was kind of hard to make out her actual voice, even though I could tell she was singing. So but that was definitely my favorite performance, I would say, overall. Some of my other favorite performances, Garden of Eden, just because I love that song and I think it hits so hard live. Paparazzi, I loved her vocals on that track. Um, oh, How Bad Do You Want Me, obviously, was insane. She sounded so freaking good on that song. Like, that sounded exactly like the studio version. Like not to say the other performances didn't, but I felt like that one was the most similar to the studio version. What other ones? Vanish Into You was freaking insane vocally. Like, oh, Shadow of a Man really hit live as well. There were so many. Yes, I did hear about the mic issues, and I saw a clip of that, and it was so cool to see her like respond like in such a professional way. Like she's just an absolute freaking icon. Like I love those moments in performances. Like some people might not like those. I absolutely love those moments in performances because I think it really like humanizes the whole thing. It kind of like breaks the fourth wall in this weird way. And then you get to see how an artist will respond in the moment to like glitches like that. And I think it's just really cool to see how they adapt so quickly. So I love little things like that. So I was like living for just the way she handled that so well. Oh my god, the masked man was Gesaffelstein. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Um, you wanted more for Perfect Celebrity. You know, Perfect Celebrity wasn't my favorite performance. Like, obviously, vocally, it was insane. She was laying down in that sand, and like, I was shocked at how well she could sing while laying down. Like, I don't know if that's a difficult position to sing from, but like the amount of power she had while she was literally horizontal was insane to me. But I will say, like, performance wise, aesthetic wise, it wasn't my favorite of the entire night either. I would say my least favorite performance, and I don't know if this is like controversial or not, was The Beast. I am really glad that she performed The Beast, but at the same time, I felt like it was just kind of a slow moment of the performance for me, to be honest. Like I haven't been vibing with that track as much recently. It's actually kind of become a skip for me, which is super, I guess, surprising because I really loved it at first. But it's kind of become a skip for me. I don't love it anymore as much. So when she performed it, I just like wasn't necessarily in the mood for it. And then I just felt like it kind of slowed down the entire atmosphere of the performance and of the show. So I know maybe that was like the whole point, but I loved like the transitions in between songs. Every single song had like the most insane transitions. Um And I mean, it was like the entire thing was probably one of the best live performances I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't even know what I just saw. I'm definitely still like processing it. Oh yeah, the Beast was at 11:59, which was amazing. The new paparazzi arrangement was heavenly. Yes. Like, she really made that song different or have a different feel to it. And I love it when an artist does that, like reinvents a song in a new way to make it fresh. Cause like I get so sick of hearing the same song performed over and over. Which doesn't really apply to that song because I hadn't heard that song performed live in a minute. But in general, I get sick of hearing the same thing over and over. So when they can kind of make it their own, reinvent it, I think it's so cool. Yes, I liked Alejandro. I did. It was really beautiful how she did like the accent and everything. But yes, it was kind of a slow portion of the concert, I guess. Zero art pop tracks. That's true. That's true. That's kind of a travesty, honestly, but I'm glad that we got so much of Mayhem, I guess. I actually really liked Die with a Smile live too. Like every single track from Mayhem, I feel like it really hit live. Hi, if anyone's just joining, we're just chatting a little bit about Gaga at Coachella, which I just finished watching today, and I've already given some of my thoughts. But yeah, I just wanted to this is gonna be really chill. I just wanted to chat with you guys about this. I have no like script or honestly, I don't know how well spoken I will be today, but I'm hoping that we can just chat and have a chill little moment about this. She skipped out on Just Dance, Telephone, and Love Game. True. Honestly, I'm okay with that. Like, I feel like I feel pretty satisfied with the track list, I guess. But I understand if other people have songs that they wish was there. Um Justice for Applause. The poker face chessboard. Yes, the poker face chessboard. I've never seen anything like that in a live show. And like every single dancer, like one of my main thoughts about this whole thing in general is like every single dancer was in character throughout the entire show, giving the performance of their lives. So it very much wasn't just like Lady Gaga being iconic on stage for 2 hours. It was like every single person involved was on point, and that's what made it such an iconic moment. So I definitely want to give the dancers their props. The lighting people, just everyone involved was absolutely crushing it. And yes, Lady Gaga is an icon and is absolutely one of the most versatile and talented performers and artists of our time. Like it's insane being alive at the same time as her, is it not? Um like I just kept watching it and being like, what the flip am I watching? Like this is so freaking good. Um Sending so much love back to you. Poker Face hit different. It did. It did. On the chessboard. I loved Bad Romance, but I would have loved a Mayhem track as the ending, period. Bad Romance was not one of my favorite performances. I don't know why. It just wasn't. I really wanted her to end with a Mayhem track. Did she sound great on it? Was it a cool performance? Yes. But to end it with a song not from Mayhem, I totally agree with you. Yeah, like how does she come up with these fresh? I love how she reinvented Shallow. Can we talk about that? Like, did I need Shallow to be on the set list? No. But I really like how she like reinvented the vocals during the verses. Like they were so, so beautiful. I will never get sick of hearing her vocals on that song. Yes, she does perform Shallow all the time. And she could have performed other songs instead. I totally agree. I think I just never get sick of hearing her vocals on that track because it's such a hard song to sing, obviously. It's got to be one of the most like difficult modern songs to sing. I don't know, I'm making that up, but it's like such a range and she just crushed it. Same with like Vanish Into You. And didn't she like shout out her fiance during that or um someone said she performed Kill for Love live and then she didn't. So that must have been fake news. Call me basic, but I love Shallow live so much. No, it's not basic. It's just facts. I mean, I love hearing her perform Shallow, even though I've seen it. I literally saw it on the Chromatica Ball. I've seen her perform it many times, but it always hits. Yes, I wanted to hear Blade of Grass too. I was kind of waiting for that, and then it never came. Oh, she did do Kill for Love? Okay, I need to see that performance. Oh, it was okay. I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, Joanne was nowhere to be found. Neither was Chromatica, which is fine with me, but that's just my opinion. But I can't imagine her like transitioning from something off Mayhem into a song from Joanne. You know what I mean? Like, how would she go from singing Shadow of a Man to singing John Wayne? I mean, maybe she could make it work. If anyone could make it work, it's Lady Gaga. But oh, she just belted Kill for Love twice. Okay. Well, oh, it was just a few lines of a transition. Okay. Well, honestly, I'm sure that it's very like stressful and overwhelming to try to make a set list for a tour. Like there's no way you're going to please everyone. It's like it's just impossible. You have to end up choosing some that the fans want, some that you want to sing. You have to make it make sense with all the transitions and stuff. So, I would imagine she had to make sacrifices. Yes, I agree. We do need a live version of Kill for Love. I am not disagreeing with you. I just think I do feel for her. She probably had to like cut things that she wanted to put on the set list. John Wayne and Replay. What about like 911? That's my favorite track off Chromatica. I kind of need Babylon. I love Babylon live. That's so true. I really wanted her to transition from what song was it? But it was like it almost looked like the set design for Babylon a little bit. And she just had like this energy that would have transitioned into it, but I forget which song it was. She should have added Hey Girl. Hey girl, hey girl. Yes, when your projects are very different sonically, I imagine it would be really hard to make a set list because the transitions have to like flow and make sense. What songs do you want to make it to the set list of Copacabana? And the tour. These questions are amazing. I just have no idea. I can never say. I would hope that Killa is going to be on the tour set list. It has to be, or else I will be rioting in the streets. I would also hope that How Bad Do You Want Me is on the set list for tour. Less likely because I don't know that it's like a fan favorite. I feel like it's a bit underrated. So I don't know that it would be, but I would really want it to be. Blade of Grass. I definitely think we need a performance of that at some point. Zombie Boy was also fun live. I loved Zombie Boy live, so I would definitely want to see that as well. I'm going to be honest. I love Bloody Mary, but I don't need it on the set list. Don't kill me. Angel Down. Oh my gosh, that is such a beautiful underrated song. Perform Heavy Metal Lover. That's one of my favorite tracks off Born This Way. Babylon would need different cardio choreography. Can't Stop the High. I haven't listened to that one because it's not on the CD that I bought. I mean, I've listened to it the one time and that's it. So I need to listen to it more because it's a banger. Do we think the set list? Yes, I hope that the tour set list is like 99.9% mayhem. Just because I want to see, like, I hate when an artist doesn't make, like, has a tour for an album and then the actual album that they're touring for is not like 99.9% of the tour. Does that make sense? After seeing Vanish Into You, I'm definitely convinced it is a love letter to Little Monsters. Me too, Zach Ryan. When she made that little speech before Vanish Into You, and then she ran around into the crowd and she high-fived everyone, I had the same feeling. But I also think it could be a double meaning. Like, it could be for her fans and for her fiance. Love Drug. Why did I forget about it? It's not my favorite song, but it would probably be really fun live. Garden of Eden into Heavy Metal Lover. That would have been amazing. I loved when she like strutted down the stage with the electric guitar. That was such an iconic moment. We need GUI. Facts. Alice went hard live at Chromatica Ball. I don't even like that song, but it like went really hard live. On the chessboard. Yes, with like the Queen of Hearts or something. Yeah. You need songs from Harlequin. I would be fine if she did. What are the 2 songs off that album that I like? Happy Mistake or Smile. But I don't personally need any of the covers. Joker, she could do. I would be down for that. That's about it. I don't need well, here's the thing. Anything she performs live is going to be interesting. It's going to be versatile. It would be really interesting to see her perform those songs live because it would be so different of a genre. So it would be cool. I just don't need it personally. The reason we need him. Oh, I didn't realize her last choreographer was problematic. Speechless. Yeah. Yes. Have I seen this stuff about Vanish Into You being about Tony Bennett? No, I haven't. Yeah, I have not. Monster. Oh yeah, I definitely need Monster at any and all concerts that she does. I love that song. I love it live. It just always freaking hits. Avi Mail, thank you so much. I'm sending lots of love your way in Mexico. Also, I love the little cats in the boxes. That's so cute. Why has she forgotten about Art Pop? No, I don't think she's forgotten. I think maybe she just felt like it didn't match the vibe of the concert. Like, I think Mayhem and Born This Way are more similar than Mayhem and well, no, that's not actually true because Garden of Eden sounds like it's directly off of Art Pop. So never mind. Ignore that. No, I didn't see she sound checked Happy Mistake. Harlequin is T. The chessboard was inspired by one of the fashion shows of the late Alexander McQueen. That's cool. The costume from Paparazzi's performance also paid homage. Gaga made a reference to one of his fashion shows. How did I watch it? Good question. Someone sent me a link in my Instagram DMs because, yeah, they reached out and they were like, hey, if you need a link and you want to film a reaction, like I can send it to you. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. And then, yeah, if you're just now joining, the only reason I'm not making a video on it is because of copyright issues. I loved the show. I also like, I think like the more that I watched it, the more I'm like, I just want to be off camera and like internalize this and not be on camera watching this right now. Just like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you just process things internally instead of externally. You probably get it. I do need Speechless or You and I or Marry the Night. I like it rough. Wait, I like it rough. I like it rough stands Rise. I also need Taylor Swift to feature on a new version of How Bad Do You Want Me? That's just something I need in my deepest soul of souls. She tweeted she doesn't remember Art Pop in 2019. T. See, I've honestly only been following Lady Gaga closely for like 2 years. So if anything she did before 2 years ago, I probably haven't heard about it. Taylor loves applause. Taste. I love applause. I would love to hear that one live at any concerts. No, I didn't see the Coachella merch. Is it good? Art Pop is really special, but I'm not mad she didn't include it. I also disliked how much fans were asking about Act 2 during the Spotify Q&A for Mayhem. What do you mean asking about it? Asking about Act 2? What does that mean? But I feel you. Like, I love Art Pop, but I don't feel mad that it wasn't there. But it's like my favorite album from her. So when the mic started popping, I got so nervous. Real. Okay, this is another thing we're going to talk about probably in a little bit, the track list of Marina's album, because I haven't seen it yet, and I decided I would react to it on my live stream. So, period. Okay, this is the comment. This is the comment I want everyone to take away from this live stream. I had no facial expressions while I watched it. I was locked in. I think I took a picture of myself watching it and like I had no facial expression. I was just like, I'll see if I can find it. Okay. Are you ready? I look sad. This is me watching it. I look depressed. I was not depressed. I was just like taking it all in. Yes, I saw that Marina released the track list, so we'll check that out in a little bit after we're done talking about GAGACHELLA. Oh yeah, Art Pop Act 2. Oh yes, I knew about that. I was confused. I thought you meant Act 2 of the tour. Yeah, I think for a Mayhem Q&A, like they should talk about Mayhem. I don't know, that's just my personal opinion, but what single would you like Gaga to release from Mayhem next and have a music video for? Garden of Eden, How Bad Do You Want Me, or Shadow of a Man? Yes, Garden of Eden, How Bad Do You Want Me, or what are the singles so far? Oh, right, Abracadabra, Disease, Killa. I need a music video for Killa. I also need Zombie Boy to have its moment. Vanish Into You. Also. So basically everything. Mary Jane Holland. I actually do like that song. It was kind of a grower. So yeah, that would have been fun. I don't know how many people were. This too, Shay. When I was watching it, I was trying to take notes so that I could give you guys my detailed thoughts in a live stream like this. And I realized it was totally taking me out of the moment. And I just like put my phone down and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna take this in. Like you can't appreciate it fully when you're like distracted by something, in my opinion. But if I was there, I totally would have been taking like some photos and videos. Like not the whole time, but you know, I'm very much that person who's like taking videos I know I'm never going to watch again because I just get so excited. It was not what you were expecting. You were about to faint. Wait, were you there? Or you were just about to faint watching it? What did I think about Lisa at Coachella? I need to watch more from it. I only saw some bits and pieces. But I enjoyed it. I just didn't like how loud the backing track was over her voice. It was kind of hard to hear her voice. But the set design was gorgeous. She looked good. Like, it's not her fault even that that's how they do it. It's just how some performances are done. Is anyone finding the songs of Mayhem to be getting worn out quickly? I had to stop listening on repeat. It was getting worn out. Yes, I would say some of the songs I pretty much don't listen to anymore. I will give you a more detailed synopsis. For me personally, like Garden of Eden, so does not did not wear out for me. I love Garden of Eden. So I'll start by saying my favorite songs off the album right now: Garden of Eden, Vanish Into You, Killa, Perfect Celebrity, How Bad Do You Want Me is number one for me right now. Those are my current tops. Disease, I'm so over, and I'm so sick of it, like, which sucks. I think I just played it too much, and once the album came out, like, you know when an album comes out and suddenly the singles don't feel as appealing to you because you're so hooked on the new songs? That's kind of what happened to me. Um, Love Drug, I don't love. Don't Call Tonight is becoming more and more of a skip every time I listen to the album. The Beast, Blade of Grass, and Die with a Smile, I'm liable to skip that entire section. I'm so sorry. Like, Blade of Grass is a beautiful song, but I think because it's sandwiched in The Beast and Die with a Smile, and I just haven't been like listening to those as much, I just skip it after Shadow of a Man. Um And maybe that's unpopular, but that's my truth. Here's the thing, I don't like how it starts really exciting and chaotic, and by the end of the album, it's so chill, because I'm ready to, like, keep that chaotic energy going, and I understand there's, like, a storyline and, like, a point to the layout of the album, but a different I think I would prefer a different track list order. Does anyone else feel that way? Killa, Perfect Celebrity, Vanish Into You, Taste. She gave us the Coachella set list. Shadow of a Man really hit live. But I definitely don't listen to it nearly as much as the other songs that I just mentioned. Yes, Lisa did have amazing stage production. Yeah, Disease is good. I think I just listened to it too much, and I think just because a song gets worn out doesn't mean it's not good. It's just you get tired of listening to the same thing, or I also feel like it's a mood album, and sometimes it hits harder than others, as I've kind of discussed. So, you just listen to it on shuffle. That's a good idea. Why don't I do that? Oh, because I have the CD, and so I'll like listen to the CD in my car, and I can't shuffle it. Yeah, DJ Bad Boy. I would say I prefer the first half of the album overall to the second half. Yes, Abracadabra is a timeless banger. I haven't been listening to it as much now, but yes, it is a timeless, absolutely amazing song. Probably one of her best, right? Zombie Boy is a jump scare. How does it start? Oh, yeah. Okay, people are agreeing. You're hooked until How Bad Do You Want Me? The Beast, I have an appreciation for. Um, but I haven't been vibing with it recently, I guess. I think just based on my mood, I've been more in the mood for the more chaotic tracks. Zombie Boy, Certified Halloween Classic. True. We haven't even had our first Halloween with this album. Zombie Boy was really fun live too. I think one of my favorite section of the Coachella performance was Killa, Zombie Boy. Like that whole section was so freaking cool. Um, Again, like those songs really lend themselves to performances because they're so like visual and interesting and chaotic and crazy. Ooh, The Beast is about Stephanie transitioning into Lady Gaga. See, I don't know all the things she said about the album. I can't keep up with like all the different interviews and all that, but that is really interesting. And I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Mayhem will get more attention as the years pass. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, the transition of Abracadabra to Judas was insane too. Um do you guys want like my notes about the show or not? I don't know. So I guess I'll just go through the different performances and tell you anything that stuck out to me, okay? These are notes that I took while I was watching. So we have the intro, the Mistress of Mayhem. Oh, sorry, I got distracted because someone said you did not look impressed with the MDNA deluxe tracks. I was impressed with Beautiful Killer, and I was impressed, I would say. That I liked them as much as I did, considering I don't really love that album. In that sense, I was impressed. In another sense, I was like, what am I listening to? Like, these are all kind of weird. So I don't know, but I like Beautiful Killer. I haven't really listened to any of them again, and I don't think I will, to be honest. But Beautiful Killer was really, really the standout for me, and I loved it. Okay, anyway. So first we had the intro where I believe she was talking to the Mistress of Mayhem. Is that what it's called? Um, and this part was kind of cool because I feel like it set up the whole like album as like this performance art. And it felt like she was like accepting kind of the chaos that came from her inner demons. Like that's what I got from the whole intro was she was like facing chaos head on and then accepting her inner demons. And like coming to terms with the imperfect parts of herself, right? Um, like in the song Disease and the music video where she's seducing her demons. I got that vibe from her like facing the Mistress of Mayhem. Then she transitioned into Bloody Mary, I believe, with all of the dancers under her like giant skirt. And it was like a slowed down kind of different version of Bloody Mary. So that was cool. Again, I like it when they reinvent the song, do it a different way. Um, and this is just my interpretation, but all the people under her skirt, and I think they like all ran out from under her skirt. That kind of reminded me again of like her inner demons, like being part of her, and then they like all ran away, like she freed herself from them. I don't know if I'm just making stuff up and like overthinking it, but that's like the interpretation I took away because obviously Lady Gaga is an artist. She doesn't just perform, like she makes art. And so it felt like it was very artistic and very like metaphorical. Okay. Then we went into like Abracadabra, Judas, Shiza. That was really cool. Like that whole transition. Judas was fun live. Shiza was my favorite performance of this section because I'd never seen it live before. That song is obviously just really cool, especially seeing it live. Like the cadence of it is so interesting. Yes, so I love that whole little moment. And then we went into like Garden of Eden. I don't know if I'm including every single thing, but my next note was about Garden of Eden. That one was also one of my favorite moments because I just love that song so much. I think it hits so hard live. We had her like walking down the runway and she had the electric guitar. That was so badass. Okay. Yeah, I posted on my Instagram story like my Roman Empire is Lady Gaga and an electric guitar because I just think it's so freaking cool. And it made me realize we need a rock album from her. We need like a full-on rock album. So I really need that. And then we went into like Poker Face, the chessboard. That was insane, obviously. So creative. One of the more visually appealing sections. Throughout the whole thing, the transitions were insane. Like the instrumentals, the different like dancers getting their moment to shine. I loved how she it really felt like she highlighted the dancers. Like she didn't just sing the entire time. She also let the dancers have their moments, which I really loved. Then we went into like Perfect Celebrity after that whole like chessboard section. And she was like laying in the sand with the skeletons. As I said, I was really impressed by like her vocal power during this performance while she was literally laying on the ground. Like, I feel like it would be hard to sing like that. I don't know. It wasn't my favorite section, like visually and performance, like aesthetic wise with the skeletons. It wasn't my favorite, but I liked the creativity as always. Um, then we went into Disease, No Notes. That was just fun. Paparazzi was one of my favorite vocal performances. I don't know. I just loved how she like reinvented the song. I love how she was like slowly walking with like the crutches while she performed it. That was so cool. Then she went into Alejandro, which was also beautiful. I really loved hearing how she did like the accent on the song. I hadn't heard that live in a minute or ever. I don't even know. So that was really cool. Then we went into The Beast, which was my least favorite performance. I felt like this section of the show just was a bit slower, and that's totally fine. Like maybe that was the whole point of the show, or of that part of the show. But I just don't vibe with that song that much anymore. So it just didn't like hit for me. But then we got my favorite section of the album, which was like the transition into Killa, the insane instrumental. We saw like Gesaffelstein. I had no idea what song was coming next, and then she went into Killa. Hit so hard live, just the drama, the outfit, the looks. I feel like that just is the song to perform live, in my opinion. Like it just hits so hard live. And then we got like the transition into Zombie Boy, which was pretty funny because she was like they were all kissing the skeletons, and then like all her dancers came forward and she appeared with the skeleton herself. So that was pretty funny. Like I think I laughed out loud during that part because kissing skeletons, it was just funny. Yeah, I really like Zombie Boy. Like the choreo with the skeletons was really creative. Never seen anything like that. And did you guys see she had like a fake butt? Like she had a giant like thing on her butt. I don't know. It was like a fake butt. And then she went to Die with a Smile, which vocals for days. I loved this performance too. I think it was a shortened version, but it was beautiful. And like coming right from Zombie Boy into that ballad was such a moment. Yeah, I do know that the Beast also was at 11:59, which was amazing. I didn't know that until I saw a reel about it on Instagram, but that was really cool. Okay, and then so yeah, Die with a Smile, gorgeous. And then How Bad Do You Want Me? Don't even get me started. You could really hear her vocals so clearly on that song, and she just sounded so effing good on it. Like it's a very big song to sing, and her vocal transitions were just like so smooth and effortless, and it sounded exactly like the studio version. And during that performance, I just couldn't get over how much it sounds like a Taylor Swift song. I still just think it sounds so much like something Taylor would release. And I loved her just like strutting during that performance. I am here for Lady Gaga just strutting down a runway. Like that's really all I need. I don't even need her to do any crazy choreo. Yeah, I wrote down she just sounds so fucking good because she just does. Um okay, and then I had some general notes about the entire thing. So, first of all, I just want to say how unique this whole show was. Like, no other artist I've ever seen anything like this show. Like, the visuals, the creative performance art, like, it was unlike anything I've ever seen. As I said before, every individual person on the stage was like putting 100% into the performance. Like, every dancer, every person who was doing anything for the show, like you could see that they were putting their all in. And I feel like that really led to the quality being so high because it wasn't just Lady Gaga. It was like everyone was so locked in. The costume changes I lived for. I loved how like each performance had their moment of a different costume for the most part. There were some that were kind of snubbed of a unique costume, but it's fine. Lady Gaga's constant energy and presence throughout the whole show was insane. Like, this is anytime she performs. Like, she just has such a presence and such a natural gift to entertain. Like, she's not just a singer, she's not just a songwriter. Like, she is made to be an entertainer. I also wrote down she may be the most versatile artist of all time because in fact, in fact be the most versatile artist to ever exist. I don't make the rules. But I also wrote down, why is the crowd barely making any noise? It felt like the crowd was so quiet. I don't know if I just like the audio mixing was like made them quieter so you could hear her better or something. But hey guys, anyone just joining? Hi. But I literally wrote down like, why is the crowd barely making any noise? Like, she tries to get them so loud and they're just like silent. um And I also wrote down, Lady Gaga is one of the absolute best examples we have of an artist being the full package: vocals, choreo, art, performance, storytelling, and songwriting. And I stand by that. I think she is one of the most full package artists we have easily right now. Um, then I wrote down, Shadow of a Man was fucking incredible. The choreo, the sleek look, the vocals, the gloves kind of gave me like a Michael Jackson vibe. I know people say that song is very reminiscent of Michael Jackson. And so I felt like the gloves, I don't know if I'm reading into that, but like it gave me an MJ vibe. And then she shouted out her fiance, which was so cute. I like literally felt like crying. It was so cute. She was like, "Babe, I love you." She like gave a kiss to, I think she was shouting out her fiance. Either that or she was shouting out some fan in the crowd, but I think it was her fiance. Because then after that, she said, "Thank you for bringing me my man." And that was such a sweet moment. And then we got like Shallow. This is where I stopped taking notes because I wanted to be in the moment, but Shallow. Okay, the vocal growl, the changing up of the vocals was insane. I lived for it. I never really tire of hearing that song live, even though I didn't need it to be on the set list. I'm glad that it was. And I love how she like stood up at the piano during that performance. Like, she got so passionate and so into it. I love seeing moments like that where it feels like the artist is just fully embracing what they're doing, and it just doesn't feel quite as like staged and planned out, if that makes sense. Like, I love moments like that. And then what performance was next? I will look up the set list. Alejandro. Oh, Vanish Into You, which was by far the most impressive vocals of the night, in my opinion. From start to finish, I was like, what is going on? Like, it sounded exactly like the studio version. That is an incredibly hard song to sing. Like, the register, the key that it's in, insane. And then we got Bad Romance, which I guess one of my hot takes is I would have loved her to end with like Vanish Into You instead of Bad Romance. Bad Romance was cool and all of that, but I would have, as someone else said in the chat, I would have preferred her to end with a song from Mayhem. And like, also Vanish Into You, I feel like would have been the perfect song to end with, because like, if it is a love letter to the fans and like it's so impressive vocally, it's so powerful, she's running all around and like touching the fans' hands, I feel like that was kind of a natural ending. But I will say that Bad Romance was kind of like an encore of sorts, because she said like, okay, thank you so much, like bye, and then she came out and she did Bad Romance. So in that case, I think it's fine if it's like an encore song. But I guess those are my main thoughts. I don't know, it was freaking insane. Like, it is genuinely one of the best concert performances I've ever seen in my life. And every time I hear Lady Gaga perform, I'm just like, it's mind blowing every single time. Like, her vocals, her stage presence, and everyone involved, like all the dancers, every single person involved in that show. Yeah. So that is like what I wrote down, but I was very much shell shocked as I watched. Okay. I was like literally laying on my couch, like, so, um, yes, I'm so excited for the tour. After seeing that, I'm like, I don't care if it's a similar set list. I hope it's different so that, you know, it's not exactly the same, but it just made me so excited for tour. Thank you, Ayla. People on TikTok said it was extremely hot and they stood for hours. Oh yeah, I think I saw something like that. Um, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I don't feel jealousy toward all the people who are there. Because I was kind of feeling jealous of people who get to go to Coachella, but you got to listen to Headphones On by Addison Rae. I heard it. I really liked it. It was really good. Um, it's actually my favorite of the 3 singles, I think, or of the 4 singles. I just listened to it on my own, but it was really catchy. Soaring Sparkles, hey, how are you? Should we do the Marina? Should I react to the Marina track list? I'll do that. I haven't seen it yet. I love I'm good. I've been sleeping. This is like so random, but I've been sleeping a lot better at night. Like actually sleeping at like good hours of the day. So I actually have had just a fresh mindset lately. I feel very rejuvenated. Thank you. Hey, Prakhar. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Um, okay, so I'm gonna react to the Marina track list for Princess of Power that she just announced and I never saw. Um, so yes, sleep. Literally, I've turned into one of those people that's like, sleep is everything. Like, getting a good night's sleep will cure you of all ailments. Uh, okay, Marina, let's go. Yeah, I saw it was announced and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be interesting, is it not? Okay. Should I wish I could like share a photo of the Oh yes, I know you are the all caps one. I recognize your username. Um, I wish I could share a photo of the track list like right here, but I don't know how to do that. So sorry, this is what we're working with. I'm just gonna be saying the titles and okay. Princess of Power is the album title. The first track is Butterfly, um, which we already knew. The second track is Cantissimo. The third track is Roller Coaster. I like that. It reminds me of a song by Bleachers called Roller Coaster. The fourth track is Cupid's Girl. Okay, so they're all like all the singles are all in one little pocket at the top. Number 5, I can't even read these. Metallic Stallion. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Wait, you're claiming Cupid's Girl? It's already out, babe. Have you have you heard it? Um the first track is Princess of Power. Okay, sorry, I'm dumb. um These are hard to read. She like made them in this really intricate cursive font. Oh, yes, you should listen to Cupid's Girl. Um, Je ne sais quoi, I think. So I don't know what. Okay, I'm here for a French track, but we don't know if it's really in French or if the title's just French. No, I didn't go to Coachella. I wish. I just watched her on a video. Digital Fantasy. Digital Fantasy. I feel like that could be like a commentary song about how I don't know, like how we try to fantasize about things. I don't know. Everybody knows I'm sad. Why am I claiming that one? Um yeah, there's been some songs that have been French titles but haven't entirely been in French or haven't been in French at all. What was one of them? Oh, Billie Eilish, L'amour de ma vie. I was like, "Oh my gosh, a French song," and then it wasn't in French. Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty. I feel like that's gonna be a sensual one, is it not? I don't know. Hello Kitty? Hmm. Everybody knows I'm sad. Digital Fantasy. I heart you. I heart you. Okay. Not the less than 3. Adult Girl. Okay, I like that. Final Boss. Okay. Okay, Roller Coaster, Cupid's Girl, Metallic Stallion, Princess of Power, Je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi. I like that. Digital Fantasy. Everybody knows I'm sad. I Heart You. Adult Girl. That's gonna be like, I'm just a girl, but I'm also an adult. I don't know. Final Boss is interesting. That's an interesting one. Like, I think that's just gonna be a very confident song. Like, I'm the final boss of music. I'm the final boss of my life. Um, How Bad Do You Want Me Live was insane. It was insane. It was one of my favorite performances. It sounded so much like the studio version, and yeah, I loved how she was just, like, walking around while singing it. Like, I didn't need choreo, really. I just needed her strutting her stuff. That was all I needed, and then she, like, interacted with the fans, and she kept that power while singing, even while she interacted with them. That was insane to me. I haven't heard any of the snippets, and I probably won't because, I don't want anything to be spoiled. Um, Smiling Witness, I'm not a big fan of Cantissimo, to be honest. No, I still don't love it, and oh my gosh, did people come for me in that reaction. I got some really mean comments. I had to stop looking at the comments because it was whenever I'm, like, honest about not liking something and it hits the algorithm and the wrong people get a hold of it, it's game over. Um, a string quartet, oh my gosh, I'm here for it. It is very overwhelming to keep up with the new releases. I can't do it anymore. I mean, I am doing it up to a degree. Um, Woman's World, Katy Perry. What do you mean? Um, Thanks. I appreciate that. I really do. Um, oh, my thoughts on it. It's fine if you love Cantissimo. I never said other people couldn't love it or think it's song of the year. I'm just giving my honest opinion. Thoughts on Woman's World? I don't like it. That's why one of the reasons I didn't listen to the full album. I just felt like it sounds AI generated to me. That's the immediate thought I had that I still stand by to this day. It doesn't sound like it's written from a genuine place. And honestly, if I'm being real, that's kind of the same struggle I had with Contissimo. Like, I'm not saying it sounds like Woman's World at all, because it does not. But there was an element of it that felt like it just didn't feel like her most genuine songwriting. And that's my personal opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but that's just how I felt about it. Um, no, I'm not doing a reaction to Headphones On. But maybe I'll react to the music video if I check out the album when it drops. Paulo, yeah, I remember seeing your comments about how I should listen to him. So I appreciate the suggestion, but to be honest, I just don't have time right now. I'm sorry. Yes, I watched all of GAGACHELLA. I basically watched the first half of it like 5 days ago or so. I recorded my reaction, but I just can't post it because of copyright. It's just gonna be too much work to, like, I'll have to put a filter over it. It won't even be pleasant to watch. Like, I don't have it in me to, like, I do that much work. I just don't. I don't have it in me. So, I won't be making it into a video unless one day I get um if I get a Patreon, I would probably post it on there, but I don't have a Patreon right now, so but sorry, that was like a tangent that no one asked for. But and then anyway, I watched the second half of it today because I finally got around to like uh internalizing the rest of it. I agree, Smiling Witness. I agree. Someone did analysis of 143 and it was 67% AI. How do you do an analysis of that? Like, I don't get it. I wouldn't be surprised though, just because of from what I've heard about it, it just sounds like it was not like well written. I haven't listened to it, but that's the gist. Um You've been so obsessed with Hampstead. I actually haven't listened to that one as much as like the other tracks. It just doesn't have as much replay value for me, but it's a very beautiful song, very sad. So I do not blame you for crying to it. I was like, what is she thinking when she first released Cantissimo, but it grew on me. But every time I listen, I'm like, what are these lyrics? Yeah. Like, do I think it's her worst written song or something? No, but it's definitely, it just, I don't know. It's not really it for me. um, oh, um, I don't know how to answer you then if you can't understand me. I'm sorry. I don't know how to answer. Can you react to Miley Cyrus and her dead pets? I think I heard it. It wasn't really my thing, to be honest. I know some people really like it, but I always thought it was one of her worst albums, although I haven't listened to it in so long. So honestly, take that with a grain of salt. Would I ever do Britney performance reaction videos? Oh, maybe if I ever have time to breathe. And some people do love 143, and to each their own, honestly. Like, I don't know why people get mad. Like, you know how some people get mad when other people like enjoy something? It's so odd to me. Like, who cares? Like, just listen or don't listen, but like each their own. To each their own. I'm so excited for Miley's album. I am excited for it, I would say. Uh I mean, can I say I'm like as excited about it as I am for other artists that I follow more closely? No, but I am really intrigued. I think the singles are good. I don't think it was AI, but the lyrics were a bit lazy. You're attending the Mayhem concert? Oh my gosh. Same, bestie. Wait, on the 26th of when? Not this month, right? I'm going in July, so I hope you have fun. Hampstead and My Everything are my two most favorite. My Everything? Oh my gosh, it's been too long since I've listened to it. Excited for Addison Rae's first album. Oh yeah, it is coming out the same day as Marina. So I'm just gonna be caught up in that probably. But yes, I would say I'm excited. I feel like it's gonna be a cohesive body of work. So I would say I'm curious, I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic. You've been listening to American Life. Vibes. My favorite Miley album is Plastic Hearts, which I know is a fairly popular opinion, but I do think it's her best. I also really loved Bangers when I was in junior high or high school. So I loved Bangers. Like, honestly, at the time, that was probably my favorite album, but I don't listen to it anymore. Like, I don't think it has, in this day and age, if I were to listen to it today, I would like it. You know what I mean? It was kind of like of the time for me. Plastic Hearts is pretty darn timeless to me. Oh, there's a promotional Mayhem concert. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Yes. Wait, what? Lana. When is Lana releasing her album? We don't know yet. Yes, definitely listen to Plastic Hearts. Honestly, Plastic Hearts, so, like some of Gaga's album reminds me of Plastic Hearts. Like it's not the same, but there are some tracks that kind of give me that energy. So if you like, I don't know, if you like Shadow of a Man or Kill This Love or Can't Stop the High, I would say you are going to really love Plastic Hearts. Does that make sense? Younger Now. I don't think I've even listened to the entirety of Younger Now. So I am honestly not the person to ask about Miley albums because I don't follow her that closely, but Endless Summer, no. I mean, at the time I liked it, but I just don't feel like it's timeless, if that makes sense. So, I don't really listen to Lizzo, to be honest. I like a couple of her songs, but like Juice is really good. Twilight Zone, yes, that's my favorite of the bonus tracks or the deluxe tracks. Also, hi, if anyone's just joining, the live stream that I've kind of finished up talking about the Lady Gaga Coachella. But this live stream should remain up. So if you missed the live stream or something, or didn't see the first part, and you are curious about my thoughts on GAGACHELLA, I will leave this live stream up so you can go watch it if you choose. But now we can just talk about whatever, I guess, because I already talked about that, and then I also reacted to Marina's track list, which wasn't as crazy as I thought it was going to be, but it was still interesting. It's a very interesting track list. So now we will just chat about whatever for a bit. Thoughts on Demi's music? I would say I really liked Holy Fuck so much more than I thought I was going to. And I feel like that's the genre that Demi shines the most in for me. Like I think that's her sweet spot. So I would love to see more of that kind of vibe. As far as like Demi's pop music, it's pretty good too. Like I think overall Demi's a cool artist. I don't really listen to them a whole ton, but yeah, I haven't listened to Demi in a while, but um do I think Mayhem is timeless? Well, it's just too hard. It's too soon to tell because it just came out this year or last year or whatever whenever it came out. I can't even remember. It just came out. So it's hard to say it's timeless or not. You think Addison Rae's album is more promising than Marina's? I don't know. To me it all depends on what kind of style you're into. I will say I'm going into the Marina album a little bit nervous because based on the singles, it's not